Oh, hey guys, we finally, after a long hot summer here in Florida, are starting to get some cooler weather, and hallelujah, that's fantastic. So we're loading up the truck and we're heading up into West Georgia and East Alabama. Gonna spend 4 or 5 days camping with friends up there, soak up this wonderful weather while we can. But as we're getting the truck loaded up, look what came in the mail. This is the forward-facing camera from Auto-Vox. Now, you guys saw that we had installed the rear-facing camera. This is what we needed, part 2, to complete the installation of our dash cam setup. So before we get out the door, let's take a few minutes and put this on and show you how all of this works. All right, well, you'll probably remember that in the last video, we opted to put the rear-facing camera on the roof rack instead of down where it normally goes on the license plate holder. And we did that for a couple reasons, primarily because sometimes we pull a trailer and we already have a dash cam or a rear-facing camera that we can use when we're backing up. So this works as a alternative that's going to get about, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet higher than what our other camera sets. And this turned out to be a great location for it. Now, you'll also remember that in the last video, we were struggling to decide where we wanted to put the monitor, the little screen that comes with it. We opted to put that right here in the center. And right now we have it zip strip in place just to hold it in place so it doesn't go anywhere. And that's been working pretty good for us. Now, let me go ahead and turn on the vehicle. You can see it automatically just comes right on. Boom, and there you go. And you can see right out of that, and it does a pretty good job. And we've been pretty happy with this so far. We'll talk more about what we like and you know, things that we'd like to see them change in the future after we get the other camera on. But this little monitor is set up so that it can actually handle 2 different cameras at the same time. So let's go ahead and get the other camera set up, and then we'll come back to this and show you how this works together. Now, I've really been debating where to put this camera. A couple different options here. Number one, I could put it right here. And if I put it right here, that keeps it up off of the ground and it's right in the center. If I try to put it in some of these other places, I might have to go to one side or the other. The other option would be to come down here and mount it under the bumper there. I like that idea because when we're out, and especially if we come up on rough terrain, rocks and things like this, I could get a really good look at the terrain if I go down low. But I'm really concerned that I'm going to have rocks and other, you know, road debris or whatever else fly up into that camera, damage or even just break it, ruin it. Plus, with it being down low like this under the bumper, I don't think it's going to get enough of the solar, because remember that these units run off of solar. You charge them up to start, then they've got a solar on the front of them, and that keeps them powered up at all times. So I think if I put it down there, that's probably going to block how much sun I can actually get on it and put the camera itself at risk. So I think for right now, what I'm going to do is put it up here. And like I mentioned in the last video, right now we're just testing all this out. We're not, you know, actually drilling these in or mounting them permanently, because we want to get used to them, make sure that it's exactly what we want, where we want, and anything before we start making permanent mounts. So I'm going to temporarily just attach this, probably use some black zip strips or something just to get it on here. That'll allow us to do some test runs and see what we do and do not like about this. And then if we decide to move it, I can just snip those zip strips and move on. But if we like it there, then we can always come back, drill some holes, and permanently mount it where we want it to be. For now, I think this is exactly where it's going to go. All right, so here's the camera. Let's move the diesel heater over, give us some room here. One thing that you'll notice right here on it says backup camera. Now we've been in touch directly with Auto-Vox on this because we were looking for the forward-facing camera. Their forward-facing camera is exactly the same as their backup camera. So if you order the separate forward-facing camera, when you get it, it's going to say backup camera. Don't worry about that. It is the right camera. And this is identical to what we had before. So again, you've got the mounting plate that's attached to it. You've got your charging port over here where you can plug it in the house and charge it up. After that, it's going to fully run off of this solar panel right here. And again, then you've got your camera right here, and it is adjustable. I can move it up and down. I'm going to go ahead and peel this little plastic off of it. Come on. There you go. That's there to protect it during shipping. So I just need to get this zip stripped onto the front of the rig and we'll be in good shape. All right, so if we bring this around to the front, again, this is where we're talking about mounting it, is something like this. I thought about putting it under, but a couple things. Number one, this only adjusts to about there. So if I put this under, I'm just going to get a camera shot of the ground. That doesn't really help me. Plus, then the solar is just not going to get the sunlight that it needs. Likewise, I thought about putting it up here, similar type of deal. It'll get lots of sun, but again, now I'm going to get shots of the sky, and that's not what I'm looking for. So I think right here is where I'm going to put it for testing. This will keep it up high enough that I'm not having to interfere with the winch if I need to use that. I don't think it's going to have the same amount of risk as far as rocks and stuff like that coming up, although anything that you put on the front like this has some risk of pop-up rocks and stuff like that. But I think that this is significantly safer than having it down below the bumper. All right, so that's how I've got it on there right now. Again, that's pretty solid. I think I'm going to get plenty of sun with it right here. The camera's kind of adjusted where I want it to be. I can always adjust it after we see what it looks like. So let's fire up the rig and see how this works. Now, you don't run wires. This is truly wireless. It connects, you can see there's the screen. I mean, we're only, what, 7 feet apart, something like that. It's supposed to be able to go significantly further than that. So let's take a look at the screen. Let me fire up the rig here, and let's see, it's supposed to automatically sync with the monitor. Now, the rear camera did that. It automatically synced, so hopefully it's not coming on. Okay, all right, well, let's turn this on manually. All right, it looks like it's not pairing. So if you can see there, there is a pairing option. I can hit that. All right, do I want to do camera 1 or camera 2? Let's go to camera 2. And it should connect and pair. It doesn't look like it's doing it. All right, and if I go to the menu, and there's pair, go to the menu, there's pair. Let's hit that, and let's camera 2. Try it one more time here. If this doesn't work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera off of the bumper and I'm going to bring it in here right next to the little monitor. When I paired the first one, I actually paired that when we were in the house. I took it out of the box and I fired it up, and it immediately paired to the camera. It's supposed to be able to have a Wi-Fi connection. I want to say it was like 25 feet, something like that. So it should be plenty long enough. Yeah, it's not going to do that. So let me grab the camera off the front of the vehicle, bring it in here, and let's see if we can pair it. Maybe the proximity is necessary for the initial pair. Let's try that. All right, so I brought the camera in. Let's start up the vehicle again and turn that guy on. Let's see if we can get this to channel 2. It's pretty close. I mean, I've got it just a foot or so away. Let's just set this guy right there for now so I can use my hands. And let's try the pairing again. Yes, pair camera 2. All right, now if it doesn't do this, the only other thing that I can think to do is to take the unit inside, fully charge it up. I had this on the charger for, oh, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, and maybe that wasn't enough. Maybe I need to let it fully charge before I try to pair it. So if this doesn't work, that'll be the next step. Yeah, and it's really struggling to pair. Yeah, it's just not going to pair. Oh, you know what? There's a power on and off button on here. Let's see. All right, guys, so that's the problem. That's just dumb on me. What I did is I didn't remember that there was a power button right here on the side. So you have to turn the power on before you try to sync it. But now we can see that it's working, right? You can see in here. All right, let's get this back onto the front of the vehicle. All right, guys, well, guess what? It's working, but look what I did. Evidently, there's an upside down version of this. I'm burning through the zip strips today, aren't I? All right, well, just so you know, there is an upside down version of this. The camera needs to be to the side. Let me show you what I did. See what I did? I've got the camera on the left side. Remember when I had it on the back of the vehicle, the camera was on the right side. The camera needs to be on the right side. If you put it on the left side, then your image is going to be upside down. So, my goodness, I'm making every mistake possible today. But you know what? I'm going to leave these in. Maybe I will help show you all the mistakes and you can avoid making them yourself. All right, let's see if that fixed it. Auto-Vox. Channel 2. Boom. It's working, and I should be able to use the buttons on the side to change the channel. So now I can see the backup camera and the forward facing camera. The forward facing, I mean the rear, the forward, or both. All right, you know what? Let's take a little drive here and let's see how this does for us. All right. That is pretty good, I think. Let's there's the rear. Here, we use this to help us dodge an obstacle. All right, now one of the things that I'm going to need to do, I'm going to need to reach out to them about this, is I'm looking at this, and let's say right here. See these trash cans? These trash cans are not on the right side of the street, but they look like they are in the camera. Those trash cans are actually on the left side of the street. So if I use the rear-facing camera as a forward-facing camera, which is what they told us to do, then I'm going to have everything reversed. Like that truck right there is on the passenger side, but on the camera it looked like it was on the driver's side. So that is an interesting wrinkle. I'm going to have to get with them and see if there's a way to flip that around. All right, so let me show you a couple things. I just went ahead and pulled over here, and let me pull up here so that you can see. This is a good example. All right, so you can see this car right in front of me, right? You can see it kind of sticking through. There he is. But you can clearly see him on the camera, and he's on the correct side of the street. What I did is I went to my controls, and I went down here to this one, MU control. And I can change this to mirror or normal. If I go to mirror, then that's how you can see now the car's on the other side, but I want to go to normal, and that's the one I want. But also let me go back to that, because when I come in here, look at this. Upside down. So I had that installed upside down. I went, oh no, I made a mistake. I could have come in here and just changed that. Just like that. So that's just dumb on me, guys. I'm new to this product. I'm not going to edit any of these mistakes out. I want you guys to see all of the mistakes that we make so that you don't have to make them yourself. Now that gives me, I think, what I'm looking for right there. That view right there, I think, is going to help me when I'm out on the trails. Put my seatbelt back on so that the alarm will stop going off. And then that will give me that additional view that I'm looking for when I come up for rocks or obstacles or anything else. Sometimes it's helpful, and then maybe I can minimize the number of times that I've got to get out of the vehicle to try to deal with those challenges. All right, guys, that's it. That's the forward-facing camera, and that completes our dash cam installation. Now we have the forward-facing and the rear-facing dash cams, and we'll be able to test those out. Now, if you would like to see these in action, at the end of this video, we'll put up two videos. Number one, we'll put up the video for the installation of the rear-facing camera that we did before. And then we'll put up the video that we're doing of the camping trip that we're gonna do starting tomorrow. And you guys can see these cameras in action. Now, before you go, please drop us a comment. We love to hear from you guys. 100% of our content comes as a direct result of what you guys say, and we answer every comment that you guys leave. We love to hear from you. Also, if you've not already done so, please like and subscribe this video. Share it with your friends and family. It's a quick, easy thing for you, but it means a tremendous amount to us. Thank you so much for watching this video.